Let's have a look at a basic example of the quotient rule in this video. I'm taking a very simple starting function, starting curve, and because it's so simple I'm going to be able to do this in two ways. A technique you could use in year 12 to do this question if you wanted, and then I'll do it by the quotient rule afterwards to show you get the same answer. And again, as with the product rule, what you'll find is in harder questions the year 12 technique just won't work and the quotient rule is the only way to go. So I'll do it by the year 12 technique first. If you've got something like this and it's all divided by x, one thing that you could do if you wanted to is divide the top by x and divide the bottom by x. This is a year 12 technique now. Now if you're dividing the top by x, you're going to make sure you divide every single term by x. You can't just divide one of the things by x, you've got to divide everything by x. So this is the same thing as divide that by x, x squared divided by x, you get x. Divide 2x by x, you get 2, and divide the bottom by x, you get 1. So dividing the top and the bottom by x, you get x plus 2 shared by 1. That bit of algebra there is the same as that bit of algebra there. Okay, so once you've got it like that, it's now easy to work out dy by dx. dy by dx, x plus 2 over 1 is the same as obviously just x plus 2. dy by dx for the x is just 1. And dy by dx for the 2 is nothing. So there you go, dy by dx is equal to 1. And that's a very simple technique you can use in this question. And that's the way I would actually do this question given a choice. But you've got to be able to spot that you can divide top and bottom by x and make sure you divide everything on the top by x, not just one of the terms. You can't, for example, cancel that x with that x. You can't do that. You've got to share everything by x on the top and share the bottom by x as well. Right, let's do the quotient rule and show you we get the same answer. Now this is going to be more complex, but it will give you the same answer. So let's start with the question again. So y equals x squared plus 2x all over x. Now I'm going to say to you, I'll do this over at the side here, that the top function, remember, is called u, or u of x, we just call it u for short, and that's x squared plus 2x. And the function on the bottom is just x. Now to work out dy by dx, there is a formula you've got to learn off by heart and apply it every single time. This formula can be shown by first principles, but you do not need to know first principles for the exam. And the formula is this. It's 1 over v squared, big square bracket, v du by dx, so v multiplied by du by dx, take away u dv by dx. Now, it looks very similar to sort of the product rule, but notice that the v comes first, unlike the product rule where you had to begin with u dv by dx. Here it's v du by dx, and there's a takeaway in the bracket, as well as this thing outside the bracket. Let's substitute in these things that we've got into the formula. So 1 over v squared, so it's 1 over, what's v? V is x, so v squared is x squared. Big square bracket. V, that's x, times du by dx. Well, I don't know at the moment from these things what du by dx is, so I'll go to my green. And from the first thing, u is equal to so many x's, so I can work out du by dx. X squared becomes 2x, plus 2x becomes plus 2. So there's du by dx. Go back to here, x gets multiplied by du by dx. So it's 2x plus 2. Take away u, well that's x squared plus 2x, and that's going to be multiplied by dv by dx. So if I'm going to multiply all of that by something, put it in a bracket, and then I need dv by dx. Get my green out, go back up here, v is equal to x. So dv by dx, differentiate it, will give 1. So u is that bracket, times dv by dx, 1. So there's what we've got. Now what you need to do is tidy things up. Now hopefully the answer is going to be 1 because that was the answer from the easy year 12 method. For the moment, leave the 1 over x squared alone, inside the square bracket. Let's expand out these round brackets. X times 2x is 2x squared, x times plus 2 is plus 2x. That times the 1 is minus 1x squared, or minus x squared. A minus times that times the 1 is a negative 2x. I hope you can see that the plus 2x and the minus 2x will disappear with each other, cancel each other out. And you'll have a 2x squared take away a 1x squared. That means 1 over x squared outside the bracket, and there's just x squared inside the square bracket. You multiply out 1 times the x squared, you just get x squared over x squared. And I think you can see that if you have x squared and you share it by x squared, the answer is 1. Which of course is exactly the same answer as we got right in the beginning from the easy year 12 technique. So there you go. You can see that the quotient rule, and that's the formula you've got to learn, remember, and do these side calculations to help you, gives you the same answer. So that'll be the end of this video, and what we're going to do in subsequent videos is show you harder questions where there is no year 12 method that can short circuit to the answer, and the only way forward is to use the quotient rule.